I'm Molly, and I live in a 13-foot Mongolian yurt in northern New Mexico. The yurt is currently my full-time home, and I live fully off-grid, so I am 100% on solar. I live on 15 acres here in northern New Mexico. We're considered the high desert, and I purchased this property with my two brothers. So we all live here and are building part-time, full-time homes, kind of dispersed around the 15 acres. We get along really well and have a similar vision of how we want the land and the property to evolve into one day. I decided to move off-grid last summer, and I knew going into it would be a challenge, but I do love being in nature. I grew up spending my time outside in the Appalachian Mountains, so being here was something that I dreamt of. So I took the leap and jumped into the unknown and found myself here, and I've been here for the past 6 months. Living off-grid has been so special. I feel alive. I feel healthy being out here, working with my hands, living with the land. It's so rewarding. It feels so good. Before this, I had been traveling for about 2.5, 3 years without a home, just kind of backpacking around, living in vans and trucks, and I really miss that home space. So just having home again has been so nice. My Mongolian yurt is 13 feet in diameter, and it is a used yurt. I found this yurt on Facebook Marketplace, but it's originally from Groovy Yurts, and I absolutely love it. I got a really good deal on it. I purchased my yurt for around $2,800 US, and it came with everything as well as a wood burning stove. So I feel very lucky. Although it's very tiny, it's really perfect for a single person. I had the option to set up my Mongolian yurt straight up on the dirt, which is very traditional, but I wanted mine off the ground. So I built a very simple deck that the yurt sits on, and I have an insulative layer that is underneath my yurt to help with some insulation from any airflow coming up underneath. Welcome to my 13-foot Mongolian yurt. This yurt was originally from Mongolia. It's all hand-carved, handmade, and hand-painted, which is my favorite part. And it's made out of natural materials. The yurt starts with a lattice wall. I have a 3-wall yurt. And then the inside fabric is a 100% cotton fabric lining. And then we have a insulation layer, and then the exterior is a waterproof canvas wrapped in horsehair ropes that keep everything nice and tight. You walk in and you immediately are welcomed by my wood burning stove. This is my only source of heat in here. I have a very cozy home and I stay very warm. So in my entryway, I built in this wall divider, if you will. I can set my coats down, take off my shoes, and it also holds my coffee maker, my coffee mugs, because it's dividing into the kitchen. Here's my tiny little kitchen for my tiny little yurt. I have everything I need. I've got a 2-burner stove, which my brother helped me build in to this countertop here. I have all my dishes and some pantry food storage, and I even have a little sink. We have a designated outdoor washing sink for bigger dishes, but I love to be able to wash my face, brush my teeth, or just rinse off a couple things inside if the weather's really bad. So I fill up a 6-gallon jug from our spring water setup that we have. And I connected a little battery-powered pump, and it pumps the water right into this bowl. And then I just dump out this water outside once I'm finished. I needed a little bit more storage in here because it is my full-time kitchen. So I put in this dresser that I had, and it just holds all my utensils, some additional food and pots and pans and whatnot. So from the kitchen, I have another divider that divides off the kitchen space and the bedroom. So I'll go ahead and show you where I sleep. This is my custom bed that my brother helped me build. Because the walls are rounded, I've had to completely build this in and cut a mattress up to fit the space. It's a very unique size and shape. It's a little bit bigger than a twin bed, and I've built a little headboard and a footboard so I can have book storage. It works perfectly, and super cozy little loft space that I can read a book in, or sometimes I do some journaling up here. So the bed I put a little bit higher than normal because I needed some more storage. So underneath the bed, I have a whole side of storage here. And then on this side, Ruko's little dog bed, which is super cozy for him. So from the bedroom, I have yet again another divider that divides into my little art, craft, and closet zone. I've got some shoe and scarf storage here. And then this is a space that I like to do some art. And then it kind of just leads right into my open closet, which I have here. The closet is probably one of my favorite parts because my clothes are out, so it's really fun. And I have a dresser here that holds some more clothes, art supplies, toiletries, and my jewelry on top. Coming around in a circle, you have a little seating area here, a little reading nook zone is what I call it. I have a small storage bench here. It also is a great space for me to keep some additional winter items. And then I have some kind of floating shelves that I built in, which is really nice because I can hold some other books. Lots of little trinkets that I find on the land here. And then it's also my electrical zone. So I am 100% off grid here, and I use a Goal Zero battery. It's run off of about 200 watt solar panels that live outside. And when the sun's out, I'm getting power. And yeah, I can plug in my lights, charge my phone, laptop. We do have a generator for backup, and there have been a couple days that I've needed to plug in on the generator just to upload some YouTube videos, but mainly I'm off of solar, and we get so much sun here. So really, I'm pretty lucky with the amount of sun and solar that I get. As for shower and bathroom, we have an outhouse that we use. And for a shower, we're currently building a sauna shower set up in my brother's cabin. But we also built an outdoor tub that we just use. We put water in it and then we start a fire underneath it. And that heats up the water for us to bathe in that. And it works totally fine. Eventually this summer, I'm hoping to build a whole entire outdoor shower, bath, toilet system that is going to be a little bit more luxurious than what we have right now. But we're off grid. It works. I have no complaints. All right. We haul in our water in 275 gallon tanks from a local spring nearby. So we haul that in and we just get smaller jugs and carry them to wherever we need on the property for taking a shower, doing dishes, or just kind of filling up some of the water containers that I have inside my home. Yeah, the chores off grid really add up. So the most important for me during the winter is firewood because I need to stay warm. So gathering firewood is huge, going and finding dead trees and hauling the wood and the logs back over to kind of our chopping zone, getting everything chopped up and stashed away for winter snowy days. So yeah, the chores vary, but everything takes time, which I really love. It's the beauty of living slowly. And yeah, I don't mind it. One of the reasons why I came out here was to save money, and I am doing that. It's really nice. My day-to-day expenses have really gone down. Our expenses here off-grid are pretty minimal, thankfully. The property is paid off, And all I really have is gas when I go into town to get groceries or, yeah, just kind of doing some typical errands. I have car insurance, we have property taxes, but yeah, there's really not much. My off-grid lifestyle is very comfortable, I would say. I went into this experience not really knowing what to expect and thinking that it'd be very hard and that I would be extremely cold all winter, but it's been pretty easy. I have always been one to live very simply and very close with nature, but this is like on a whole nother level. I think for me, the biggest challenge has been living so far from a town and any type of community. We do have some neighbors nearby, which has been so amazing. But if we need groceries or a hardware store or anything like that, we have to drive about an hour away. And there's pros and cons to that. It's nice to not go and spend your money on things we don't need randomly. But also when you are going and doing like a big stock up day, you have to really think about everything you need, because if you forget something, it's an hour drive in one direction. So yeah, I think that's been my only challenge, but it's been really nice because this winter I've been hibernating, so I haven't minded it too much. But come summer months, I might want to get out a little bit more. Overall, there hasn't been that many challenges. I'm really enjoying it out here, and I'm extremely lucky in this way of life. I do share my journey here off-grid on YouTube and a little bit over on Instagram, and I have a whole series on this off-grid journey and how I started and what it looked like when I started. My goal going into getting the yurt and living in the yurt, I had no idea what was after that. But I absolutely love it, honestly. It's kind of waking me up to changing my idea of how I want to live in the future. So we'll see what evolves. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now, and that feels right.
Subscribe to Exploring Alternatives and check out our playlists for more stories of people living in yurts and living off-grid. You can also follow Molly on YouTube and Instagram at Molly Caroline. Thanks for watching.